In this video, we will use a 2D high-speed dynamic contour toolpath to finish the outside profile. This uses an efficient high-speed contouring strategy to remove material along walls. This toolpath also supports multi-passes and can optionally include finishing passes. Select Toolpaths, 2D High-Speed, Dynamic Contour. Leave the default settings in the chaining dialog box and pick the part as shown. Once the entity has been selected, choose the OK button to exit the chaining dialog box. Again, select the OK button to exit the Chain Options dialog box. In the Toolpath Type page, select Dynamic Contour. We will now choose a chatter-free 3/4 inch flat end mill from the library and set the tool parameters. That being said, select Tool from the Tree View list. Click on the Select Library Tool button. From here, click the Filter button. Select None, and under Tool Types, choose the flat end mill icon. Under Tool Diameter, pick Equal and input a value of 0.75. You can now select the OK button to exit the Tool List filter. In the Tool Selection dialog box, you should now only see chatter-free 3/4 inch flat end mills. Select the first one and choose the OK button. Your tool will appear as shown. Make the following changes. Enable this option and input an HEM factor of 2.5. Now input the following comment. Finish the outside profile using Dynamic Contour. Once the comment has been entered, select the cut parameters. Change the compensation direction to right. Also, make the following changes. Your parameters should appear as shown. You can now select the contour wall. This page defines the stock thickness of the stock to be machined. Change the radius of the tool that shaped the stock to a value of 0.5. Now change the min toolpath radius that shaped the stock to a value of 0.025. And finally, change the stock thickness to a value of 0.02. I will now take a brief moment to explain a few of these parameters. Radius of tool that shaped the stock is used if the contour stock was already cut by another toolpath. Enter the radius of the tool used in the toolpath. Toolpath radius that shaped the stock is used if the contour stock was already cut by another toolpath. Enter the toolpath radius that was used to smooth out any sharp motion in the previous toolpath. And finally, stock thickness. Enter the thickness of the stock in XY for the toolpath to remove. Mastercam calculates the stock to remove along the contour wall using the stock thickness and, if provided, the radius of the tool that shaped the stock and the toolpath radius that shaped the stock. Once your parameters have been adjusted, select the depth cuts. Ensure that this option is disabled. From here, select Finishing. Enable this option. Ensure that the number of passes is set to 1, and input a spacing value of 0.01. And finally, enable the option to machine finish passes only at final depth. I will now explain a few of these parameters. Number of passes sets the number of finished passes for the toolpath. Spacing enters the amount of stock to remove with each cut. Machine finish passes only at final depth only performs the finish passes at the final cutting depth. And finally, keep tool down determines whether or not to retract the tool between depth cuts and multi-passes. Now select the lead in lead out page. Enable the following options. Now input a sweep angle of 90 degrees. The rest of your parameters should appear as shown. You can now select the breakthrough page. Ensure that this option is enabled and input a breakthrough amount of 0.1. Finally, select the linking parameters. Change the depth to an absolute value of -1.25. The rest of your parameters should remain as shown. You can now select the OK button to generate the toolpath. We will now backplot and verify the operation to ensure that the tool motion is correct. Select the backplot icon. Ensure that Tool and Workpiece are enabled. Now select the Fit icon. Press the Play Simulation button to run backplot. Your toolpath will appear as shown. You can now exit backplot. Finally, select all of the operations and verify the part. Ensure that Tool, Stock, and Workpiece are enabled. Now select the Fit icon. Press the Play Simulation button to run verify. Your part will appear as shown. You can now exit verify.